Hi, my name is Gibson, and I'm the creator of the Personal Development School. This is your daily breakthrough video, and in this video, I want to talk to you a little bit about fighting as an anxious, preoccupied attachment style versus what happens when you're arguing, but you're starting to become more secure. So this is based on a tremendous amount of requests I have from students inside PDS who become so much more secure or are becoming much more secure a lot more quickly, and they're like, wait, I'm fighting differently. I'm communicating differently. Am I becoming more secure? Is this a good sign? Like, why is it becoming so much easier? What's changing? So I just want to put some content out here about this, and we'll continue for a lot of the requests we've had for anybody who's listening to put more videos out about like as you become more secure and so you can sort of validate your own experience a little bit and know where you stand. So basically, one of the first things that happens when you're AP, as you're arguing and as you're like a true AP, is like a lot of the things that come up are tremendous uncertainty, panic, a lot of like fight or flight, nervous system dysregulation, right? Getting really anxious around feeling abandoned, around somebody leaving. And so trying to do everything you can to hold on. And as you become more and more secure, that's going to be one of the first things you see to go. So what you're going to find instead is you're able to like really, so what happens, right? One of the first things we teach inside PDS is like to do in-depth reprogramming around core wounds that are really a large part of what's responsible for creating this output of responses to begin with. If you have a belief as a core wound that says, I will be abandoned, then that's the subconscious assumption your mind makes, then produces all these emotions, produces all of these actions like trying to cling, trying to hold on, try to call repetitively. So if you just reprogram that core wound very effectively at the root through a number of different reprogramming tools we use, then all of a sudden you're not having this like intense panic response in real time when that's taking place. And so what you'll see is not only does it become a lot easier to self-soothe, and there's other like self-soothing tools you can use in real time for any little bits of panic that are left, but you'll see a lot of that panic and the degree and intensity at which that panic comes really start to diminish and die down. Now, a lot of anxious, preoccupied people will be like, is this me losing feelings for my partner? Or is this just me not having my attachment style be activated? And it's just you not having your attachment style being activated. Love and healthy love is not supposed to involve panic, absolute like fear. It's not supposed to trigger all these things for you. That's like when you have a reaction that's coming from trauma that's then creating this idea or belief that, oh my gosh, I must care so much because I'm reacting this way to such an extreme degree. But when that reaction is diminished, it doesn't mean that the love's going away. It doesn't mean that like you're falling out of love. It means that you're able to love from a healthy place without this tremendous fear. And all that's going to happen is the more you're in that space, the less likely you are to push somebody away and have a relationship end by accident. And also, the more likely that type of love will grow longer term. When it's roller coaster love or it's panic and fear, and then making decisions from a place of panic and fear, there are resentments that get created. There are boundaries that get crossed. There are mistakes that get made in relationships when we have one, if not both parties coming from this dysregulated emotional space where we say things we don't mean, we criticize too much, we push away if we're on the other end too much, or we hold on too tight and violate somebody's boundaries by accident. And all this like chaos ensues. But as you come to learn how to regulate, how to communicate more effectively, how to reprogram these core wounds and fears, well, now that love, even though it doesn't feel like you're in this intense state of panic, that love can grow and become healthier and deeper and much more long lasting long term. So you'll see that start to take place. And that, for anybody who's been asking about that, is a very good sign. I've had a lot of people be like, is this just my attachment cell not being activated? What's happening? Why don't I panic as much? This is just normal. This is the path to becoming secure. So hopefully that is heard and lands for the many of you that have been asking. And you'll be able to hear the other person. You'll be able to, when you're having a pain point or a disagreement or an argument, you'll be able to like see and hear them and take them into consideration, and then turn around and share in a way that is also going to get you seen, heard, and understood. And so the need for like testing and pushing people away to test really quickly, only to then pull them back in, that starts to diminish. You'll see fighting no longer has to use that as a tool to get your needs met. And you'll see that there's less of this need to like call a tremendous amount of times. There's less of this feeling of like your sense of self sort of like dissolving away into the wind the moment that somebody pulls away, because you're going to have such a stronger sense of self as you become more secure. You'll know what your needs are better. You'll know how to meet your own needs. You'll know how to articulate your own needs or communicate them to somebody more effectively. So you'll see all these things start to take place, which ultimately just leads to less fear, less uncertainty, and less dissolving of relationships over time. Like relationships can actually last because you work through things and you understand each other, and people's boundaries are respected and honored, and both of you are seen and heard, and there's a safer dynamic with less fighting, less arguments, less criticism as a whole coming from either end of the relationship. So you'll see a lot of these things happening. By the way, if you want to do a deep dive into this, we have a 14-day free trial to PDS, where we don't do this. This is like a one-off because it's mental health month. And so we wanted to just extend for people to come in, try courses. If they don't get a chance in the first 7 days because you're busy or whatever's happening, this is an opportunity to really like go in, try more than one course. Because really, I think you could get through one course really well in a week if you had half an hour a day. And so, you know, you can try a couple courses, check everything out in there, come to a couple of routines. I do 4 live webinars a week, each week with our students. There's amazing people in our community who have like healed so much and, you know, just have lots of great insights to share with others. And yeah, there's lots of amazing community features in there as well. So come and check it out for 14 days. And the last thing I'll say for this video is that the anxious preoccupied stops feeling like they don't know how to self-soothe and don't know how to soothe through somebody else as they become more secure. They feel like they can really show up, soothe through themselves, have confidence. And actually, one of the biggest things I see that's going to surprise the APs who may be newer to this stuff is APs will start telling me as they become more secure, I actually really enjoy my time alone. And it's something I took for granted. I didn't know how to enjoy. I didn't know how to be with myself. I actually feel really comfortable on my own, really secure on my own, really comfortable like spending time alone. Or if somebody, you know, plans fall through or something changes, I'm completely okay with that. It doesn't mean I won't have boundaries if it happens all the time. You know, I'll communicate about it, of course, but I enjoy that time and I feel safe and rooted and grounded on my own as well. So those are things to look for. Hopefully this makes a whole bunch of sense. And thank you so much for watching and for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next video.